So with that in mind, let me cue up what will be, I guess, our last question as a panel. Is someone like Elmire and his fakes, is he relevant? Are they still relevant today, and how so? Bill?
Well, they're relevant to the market because the fakes are still out there. So people are still being fooled. That alone is relevance. I think that what is really the most relevant question is whether, when you go out there, there's a definition of art that some offer at least. Art is. And so if you go out and you like a painting and it happens to be painted by Elmire D'Ori or Beltracci or Chian or whomever, and it's beautiful and you're willing to pay a lot of money for it, well, maybe there's no harm there. And that is a relevant question. However, I think in today's world, today's market, where art is also becoming much more commoditized, the fact that there are works out there that are signed by artists, not by D'Ori, not by Chian, not by Beltracci, although Beltracci is out there doing his own now. He's that good, apparently. But I think that is still a relevant philosophical question that people just need to answer. And if you're going out and you're willing to buy a work of art and you got to have it and you're not going to take the time and expense to test for authenticity, then you need to do some soul searching as to, well, if this is a fake, am I still going to be happy with it? That's a relevant question. So the vetting process, if you're a buyer, if you can figure out what the vetting process is for any particular fair, it may not involve actual third-party experts. It may, hypothetically, involve dealers who have been part of the fair and the membership for a certain amount of time and are permitted to bring in, on the basis of their membership and their reputation, works that they have vetted. So it's probably as specific as we can get. But, to Colleen's point, the more questions you can ask, the better. Whether they can be answered, whether they will be answered, is a very different situation. And then you're still left to have to decide, well, am I prepared to make this leap or not? There's also, in the case of living artists, there are initiatives coming out to deal with this problem. One is called I2M. It's based out of SUNY Albany, which is a leading scientific research university. And they're developing a way to tag, for lack of a better word, authentic art. So if you've got a living artist and you can authenticate a work, you can indelibly, non-corruptively, non-invasively mark it. And there's a computer code embedded in there. It's like DNA and genome science and all sorts of things I don't understand, except for the fact that there's a database, it's protected, and so that will travel with the work. And it's strongest in the case of living artists doing contemporary art. And it's one of a number of initiatives you see out there to deal with and try to surround this problem, prevalent problem of fakes.